This is Matt the monkey. Matt has ADHD. Imagine Matt's brain is a high-performance sports car. The car is built incredibly well, but there's an issue with the fuel supply. This is ADHD in a nutshell. In ADHD, the fuel is dopamine, along with its partner, norepinephrine. These chemicals are messengers that help the prefrontal cortex, the brain's control center, manage focus, planning, mood, and impulse control. Bro, what are you doing?
I push glass.
Stop. You don't need to do that. You do not need to push that glass off the table.
I push glass.
No, you
I
don't.
push glass.
No.
I push the glass.
Here's the challenge. People with ADHD have lower baseline dopamine levels. Let's think of dopamine as a key. For the sake of this video, we'll call it the monkey. Dopamine receptors are the docking stations that receive the signal. Let's think of them as locks. In ADHDers, there are often fewer or less sensitive locks in these key brain regions. Even when dopamine is released, the message doesn't always get to where it needs to go, which can make you feel a bit like this. Or this. Or maybe this. This is essentially like the key not fitting the lock. When this occurs, the small amount of dopamine that you do have is far less effective and unable to be put to use. Now here's the twist. Resistance training can help with the production of dopamine, as well as helping the keys fit into their locks. Look, here's Matt getting buff. When you perform resistance training, your body and brain enter a neurochemical chain reaction that directly targets ADHD's core wiring issues. The physical stress of lifting signals your brain to release dopamine and norepinephrine. This is very similar to how stimulant medications work. Evidence suggests performing resistance training alongside medication will likely enhance that medication's efficacy. Over time, repeated bouts of resistance training can upregulate dopamine receptors, meaning your brain builds more of them and makes existing ones more responsive. Think of this as fixing the locks to allow the keys to fit better. Alongside dopamine and norepinephrine, resistance training also boosts serotonin, which helps regulate mood and emotional reactivity, often a challenge in ADHD. It also reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that can worsen impulsivity and mental fatigue, two more core challenges with ADHD. The result? In the short term, sharper focus, better impulse control, and a calmer mental state for 2 to 3 hours following a session. In the long term, a brain that's more chemically balanced and equipped to sustain attention and better mood. The benefits aren't just chemical, they're structural. Resistance training increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for neurons. BDNF strengthens existing neural pathways and encourages the growth of new ones, especially in the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. Oh, wait, not that one. Yeah, that one. Areas tied to working memory, planning, and impulse control. Over weeks and months, this translates into measurable improvements in executive function, the mental skills that help you organize, prioritize, and follow through. Cardio is great, and I will be making a video on its benefits, but resistance training offers unique ADHD-specific benefits. Over time, resistance training doesn't just mask the symptoms, it retunes the ADHD brain's operating system. After making these positive changes, here's Matt now. Okay, so I'm currently in the process of applying to university, so that explains our next segment. Every 5 minutes, a British student opens their bank account to find that they're in overdraft. Please help. Sponsor a student today. Okay, on a serious note, I am applying to university, and in part I created this channel to help raise some money for that. It took me a while to feel okay with asking people for money, but I guess it's no different from busking. I'm trying to think of something that I can give my Patreon subscribers, so if you have any ideas for that, put them in the comments. If you don't want to donate, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and it helps me so much. Comment what topics you want me to cover next. Thank you so much. Peace.